Hey DCC, Nan Scott here again. I guess I just kind of want to cover something that we see coming. Well, it's prophesied. It's the end times. It's Matthew 24. Hebrews 12 says that everything that could be shaken is going to be shaken. There is a whole lot of shaking that's going on. We've already seen shakings in the different areas and weather patterns and economies and with the pestilence and different things. But this next one that's coming is going to be a little tough because we believe the financial markets are going to get hit not only locally but worldwide. That we're going to see some major changes there, and the root of it is Jesus, the Father, is rooting out all of the unjust balances in the financial systems. The shaking is going to affect the greedy ones, the ones that have held back the wages of the laborer, and the ones that have not taken care of the poor and so forth. It was always heaping up for themselves and bigger barns. And so this shaking is going to take effect, and it's rooted at them. But because so many of our systems are also rooted in what they're doing, it's going to affect a lot of people. Proverbs, and I just want you to be ready. Proverbs 27 says that the prudent, they see danger. Now, the prudent people are wise people, people that say they don't stuff their head in the sand like, I believe it's an ostrich. But it's also the ones like it talks about in the last church in the book of Revelations, how I wish you were hot or cold, but since you're lukewarm, it's not going to work out so well for you. So there are out there right now people who are super passionate about everything is going to fall apart and all you have to do is buy Bitcoin. And then there are other people out there going, well, it's going to be all right and it's not going to affect us. And I think somewhere we need to solidify for ourselves what that's going to look like. Jesus in Matthew, I don't know, like it's Matthew 7, he said if we would hear his words and put them into action. Now you got to hear his word, but you also have to act on what he said. He said it would be like someone who built their house on a rock. And when the storms come, we won't have to worry because we have a firm foundation of the rock, and that rock will sustain us. So as the systems of this world are being judged by the Father of greed and lust and fornication and adultery and all of these things that are being judged in these last days, what should we be doing? Well, first of all, you need to stand firm. Don't fear the things that are coming. I mean, Jesus warned us over and over, do not fear. He said, look up, don't fear. Believe that the Father is creating a Goshen of protection around you and your family. I believe this is the hugest one right here. To know that even when the storms, like Psalm 91 says, when they're swirling around and they're out your window, but they don't come near you. There's no harm that comes near you. God is providing Goshen protections, bubbles, if you would, around people to protect them from the storms that are coming. I heard a story years ago, and I can't remember who told it, or I'd give them credit for it, but when there was wildfires out in California, and they were the aftermath, everything was burned, and people's homes were burned, and cars, and I mean, they were walking through their neighborhoods just devastated at what they had seen happen to everything that they had in this world was gone. They came across this one very large bird, and this bird was like laying in the street with his wings kind of coped around him like that, and he was burnt to a crisp. And they just couldn't believe that this majestic bird, who could easily fly away in the midst of everything that was happening, why did this bird end up dead on the ground, all crumpled up? So they were doing cleanup and so forth, and someone moved the bird, and off from underneath the bird, under the wings, were all these cute little baby birds, obviously not ready to fly yet. This bird had literally covered all of those little baby birds to protect them from what was coming around them so that they would be able to survive these catastrophes that were happening around them. I believe that's what the Father is doing right now, that he is hovering over us as we call out to him, as we call on his name, as we pray and we stand and we believe and we create community, and as we don't stand in fear. That's huge. Fear and unbelief will keep you out of the promises of God every time. So as we stand, and as these storms do face us in different economic situations, which we believe are the next ones to hit are the economic ones, don't worry. He's got this. He's got you covered. He's got you under the shadow of his wings.